All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. And I've just seen 2 videos today, man. And the day ain't even really that much begun yet. And the things, like, they pissed me off, man. Right? And the first one was a thing to do with this demon musician, Megan Thee Stallion, that she more than likely lied about everything that happened, right? And originally I didn't believe that he actually did that musician Tory Lanez actually did that anyway. And now I'm feeling annoyed that I actually went back on what I first perceived, that he didn't do it, because it turns out that was the true way to think, right? And that Eve's just a lying demon, right? And then I seen the next video where you had this Jake, like, crying all up in his woman's face, talking about, I don't think I can see myself being without you. I can't. Like, just like some weasel waste man. Like, I thought it was really, truly disgusting. Because in a society where men are legally, not sneakily, and you got one here and a side chick there and a side chick there, I'm on about legally, and it's known and established, and the woman can't say nothing about it, man. In a society like that, men wouldn't act like that. They wouldn't act like that, right? Men would not act like that if we're living in a society where men can have multiple wives, right? And I'm gonna take it there, man. I don't care. And that law that people don't like in Deuteronomy, right? If we was living in a society that had that going on, right, that forces women to be more humble, which in this world, women are not humble, and you can see why, according to the scriptures. It has things like this in there, and I'm gonna go to it, man. Because some people want this to make out like the sun shines out of women's creases, and it don't, mate. Right? Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Right? Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And with all this whole black fatigue thing that's going on right now, a lot of the black fatigue, when I hear about all these talking points and what the black fatigue is, a lot of it is aimed at you Israelite women, and you so-called black women in particular. A lot of it's aimed at y'all, because you're the most proud people of our whole nation, and you're the one out of our nation that's really been able to get away with a hell of a lot, and nothing's ever happened to you. You're able to lie, able to cry, able to bear false witness, able to be the aggressor and the victim at the same time. You're able to try and control who men can and can't be with. Right? This world is actually a pit for men's soul, man. Damn near. People want to talk about some hell where you burn underground forever. Mate, the hell's on the earth that you're living in. Never mind no place where you burn forever. You are burning for your whole lifetime in this society. Never mind no place where Satan's got a pitchfork. Eve don't have a pitchfork, and she's making you catch her most of y'all jakes now. Never mind in some place where you burn forever. Like, it's truly disgusting, man. The way how this society has allowed women to try and come around like they're some holy grail. They want a man to only be with them in this world, right? But then they'll try and use the fact that now they've tried to trap that man in only being with them into a way to try and manipulate the guy. But if a man had multiple wives, or had the ability to have multiple wives, as long as he can afford to take care of the next wife, a woman can't do that no more. So then in doing that, women are going to have to become more humble. Whereas this society, how it's gone, women are not required to be humble for anything. They're not required to be humble in any regard. They can literally commit adultery on a man and, like, actually come out better from it. When if a woman commits adultery on a man, mate, we already know what's supposed to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen in this society, but we already know, according to the Bible, what's supposed to happen to both the man and the woman. Not just the woman, or not just the man, both of the adulterer and the adulteress. We know what's supposed to happen, man. I don't even need to say it. We already know. But in this society, nothing happens to the woman ever. A woman can sleep with a man, And then, oh, I don't like this no more. This ain't really going nice for me. You trying to play with me? You trying to play with me? I want 50 million. I'm suing. Huh? What are you talking about? But when have you ever seen a case where if the woman's on top of the man, and I ain't trying to make it too vulgar, man. If the woman was on top of the man and he's like, nah, get up, babe, I'm not really feeling this, and she just swings her hip forward and down one more time, would he be able to get a claim then? Is he gonna be able to get a claim? Oh, I said nah, don't throw it back, and she threw it back 2 more times after I said nah, I ain't really feeling this. Is he able to now get a claim of like, I want 70 million? Because I heard she's gonna be in the new Avengers, and I want 70 million now because I feel like I was SA'd. Is a man ever able to say that in this world? Is there ever any time where anyone ever thinks that a man deserves some kind of mercy in this society, or is it always the man's always the aggressor in every single regard, man? And it's disgusting. And I personally foresee that Eve is gonna start getting her ass whooped this year. Hey, I think Eve's gonna start getting her ass whooped this year, man. Lord will, man. Right? I think that would be very beautiful if Eve, when she starts acting a fool in public, starts getting her ass whooped by the top woman that she's jealous of, man. She saw, man. I think it would be real hilarious if Eve starts acting wild in public and she stumbles upon one of them Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm type Edomite women, man, that just hit her ass with a roundhouse kick, man, and kick her ass, bro. I think Eve's gonna start getting her ass kicked this year, and I hope that she does. And people can say, "Oh, your mama black," and my mom's got nothing to do with this. You understand? My mama ain't got nothing to do with this, man. In this regard, my mom's just my mom, mate. She ain't got nothing to do with what all of you other women have did. And I'm sure that there's men out there in this world that my mom gets on their damn nerves, or has got on their nerves before in the past. So let's not play like all of our moms were just some LA angels in this world, neither. Let's not do that first. Let's not do that neither, man. And all you women out there, don't try and make out like your mom was some angel, because your mom is part of the reason why you're a demon now. Yeah, I'm taking it there, man. Verse 25. In fact, verse 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So women are to blame for why you die. Don't try and put it on men all the time. Women are the reason why you die, mate. I read it in the scriptures. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. I just read it. Women are the reason why you die. You understand? All you women out there trying to boast in, pregnancy pains. That's a punishment, dummy. The pregnancy pains is actually a punishment for how wicked you've been on this earth since the beginning. In the kingdom, you're not going to have those. So fix up, watch him out, and don't come with no first of all and none of that BS, neither no first of all, and start going on no rant. Shut your mouths, man. Because it's going to start getting to where you Eves are going to start getting your ass whooped, man. You're going to try and shake your head and wave your finger in a receptionist's face, and they might dive over the counter and start serving you up an ass whooping, man. Or people in the waiting behind ain't gonna be on that. I'm scared to confront a black woman because I don't know how I don't want her to dress me down with her words and start cut. They're gonna be like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. They're gonna start, and some of them might start going upside your head, man. Lord will, man, so that y'all can know. Watch your mouth, because a lot of this black fatigue stuff that's going on is caused by you Eves, man. A lot of it's really Eve fatigue as well too. Okay, Pookie and Ray and Pookie and all that, Glocktavius and all these pants wearing down, the blah blah blah, and all of that. Yeah, but them are raised by who? Eve. They was raised by Eve, man. And sometimes you be thinking, I haven't did no video like this to my knowledge for a bit of a while, compared to the frequency that I normally push them out. Because that the woman thing is a thing that no matter, it doesn't matter who you are on this earth, everyone's noticing the woman thing. Oh, you're a millionaire and you're 6'4", you're 6'5", you're still noticing that women are demons. Or you're a 6'8" model that's built like LeBron James, right? But you've got hair on your head still, you ain't even got no receding hairline women think you're handsome and that. Even you'll notice that women are demons, man. Because you'll be seeing women that have got boyfriends trying to throw something at you. Women that have got boyfriends all up in your face, right? But then, well, what if they see a man if you do a thing with them and then you get with them? What if they see a man that thinks better than you then? Which would be more rare for them to do that, I'm sure. But then what if they see a man that they think's better than you or better than you or way more enhanced than you in one category? So, oh, you're 6'8" and a model, but he's a billionaire. So I just couldn't resist, honey. You understand, right? You understand, right? And that's another, like, man, this world, yeah. You see in this world, one thing I've noticed, yeah, is that women have always got mercy and understanding for other women all the time. But when it comes to men, they don't have no forgiveness in their heart with nothing, man. Their ex that did them dirty a decade ago. Some of you brothers out there paying for what your so-called woman's ex a decade ago did. Oh, I remember he used to wear Old Spice, whatever the hell it is. Oh, I remember he raised his voice once. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, man, whatever the bullshit that they're going to say, man. But then when it comes to what their wicked mamas did, oh, I understand, mama, blah, 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 or whatever their wicked ass friends do. They always understand all of that. A lot of you women that want to talk all this, you're not my daddy stuff that y'all want to say. The reason why y'all don't even know what a father's supposed to be like is because, your mom made it so difficult for your dad to stay around her that he was like, mate, I may as well bounce. And that's scriptural. It's better to dwell on a rooftop than in a house with a contentious woman. So if it's better to stay on the rooftop, then it's damn sure better to stay in another house. If it would be okay for you to stay on a rooftop of a house, and the woman just downstairs underneath the roof in the bedroom still ranting and raving, well then how much more better would it be for a man to dip and bounce from a contentious woman like that and go and stay in the next house? I remember one of my uncles, this is a funny story. I remember one of my uncles, man. His woman was getting on his nerves so damn much that he bounced and went back to Jamaica. You understand? His woman was getting on his nerves so much, his wife was getting on his nerves so much that he went to Jamaica to get away from her. Me can't take no more. Me gone. You know what I mean? Benjamin it off, bounced, went all the way back to Jamaica. And you know what? You know what? She followed him there. She went too. So that just shows that women are demons, mate. You understand? They're wicked, man. I remember there was this story where you had this football player, this English football player, one Jake, and he had this he was like, he had a wife in Dubai or something like that, and he had a wife in England, and she came out to Dubai to try and confront him about how I think you're dealing with other women, right? So then she confronted him, and he asked her, and he was like, hang on, but have you been doing anything with any other men? And then she said, yeah, I have. So you see what I mean? She's confronting him for something that he's allowed to do according to the law of Yahweh. But obviously women don't know that because they're bamboozled with this wicked society. But then they don't want to talk about what they do. They don't want to talk about what they do, man. Verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage. A lot of women complain about why their man ain't got this and their man ain't got that in this world, yeah. But when he's actually trying to do things, they complain then anyway. So women will complain if a man's not got no money, right? But then if he does have money, then they'll complain that he's working all the time. So should men listen to anything that women say? I would personally say, no, they shouldn't. Because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything. They don't have any long-term understanding of anything, man. They truly don't, as far as I can see. Now, does that mean that every woman's like that? No, it don't. But so many of them are, you can make a stereotype to say that women are like that. Let's just be real ain't we meant to be real around here? Ain't we meant to be people that are singing it real around here, right? We got all these enemies on earth. Esau, she-saw, Elam, she-lam, yeah? Ishmael, Shishmael, right? Hamite, Shamites, All these heathen, the men and the women of these different nations, man. Moabites, Sheabites, you know what I mean? Ammon, She-Ammon, all these different nations we got with all these enemies from. Mate, we can be real about the women of our nation. They're wicked, man. Let's sing it for once. They're wicked, bro. And all you women out there that are not wicked, stop trying to justify the women that are wicked, because then you're being wicked by doing that. Don't come with that not all this and not all that. Let's talk about the ones that you know that are. That you know. Don't forget all this black girl magic. Mate, that sounds like witchcraft to me. No, black girl magic. Why don't them, if it's black girl magic, yeah, and I'm going in, man, I don't care, man. If it's black girl magic, why don't y'all magic some hair on your head? Why don't you magic that? Magic long, luxurious hair since you got such all these spells and you women's all this and that. Why aren't we all been able to figure out how to grow some damn hair then? Because it's spiritual, and the reason why you can't grow no hair is because you've been wicked, cantankerous to the Israelite man. Wicked as hell. Even men that don't deal with you women and don't even be in no relationship with you women, they still get a sting of that serpent's venom. Even men that don't deal with y'all, if we go to a counter and it's one of y'all Eves at the counter, we're like, oh fuck, man. Ain't there self-checkup in this bitch? That I don't even have to talk to y'all. Y'all be trying to give us sass and attitude when we don't know you. Y'all be at work, working in a customer service job, and somebody might want to ask you might ask the Eve a question when they're at work and they're giving you an attitude like they don't want to talk to you. Mate, you're at work. I'm not talking to you because I'm trying to holler. I'm talking because you work here. They might be at a restaurant, the waitress, and you're thinking, man, you order your food and they got to make a comment about what you order. How about you shut the fuck up and just do some customer service, fake like you're a good customer service person, man, and just I'll give you the food and give you the food, man, and shut the fuck up, man. How about that for once in life? But y'all Eves are just running your mouths all the time, and I foresee that y'all are going to start getting your ass whooped this year, man. And if not this one, the next. But we know, according to prophecy, that it's going to happen anyway. We know this, right? And we've been waiting for this day. For y'all Eves to start really finding out that people ain't scared of you. They just didn't want to have to deal with you. But as the society starts falling more and more, and people are losing out on money, they ain't got as much to eat no more, they ain't got as much to drink no more, they're losing out on this in their job, they're losing out on that on their job, they're not going to care to tell y'all about yourself. They're going to be like, who the fuck? And they're going to start telling y'all about yourself, man. And y'all are going to find out that you screwed over the one chance you had to make it in this world, the men of your nation. You're going to figure that out, man. And you're going to know that in some cases, y'all were worse than Esau. 2 chapter 16 and verse 33, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands, because men ain't going to want y'all. Plus, the men are going to perish anyway, but a lot of men ain't going to want you. They're going to have seen you on TikTok. They're going to be like, yo, ain't that the one that was on TikTok ranting and raving about Harris? Nah, fam, you can't come around me. Move, man. Yo, ain't that woman that was always just swinging her hips around on TikTok? Nah, fam, she can't come around me. Move, man. You're a fuck, bro. Back up, bro. They ain't gonna know. Ain't that the woman that was talking about 15 reasons why a man can't take me to Cheesecake Factory? I went first of all the time. Yo, ain't that the sprinkle? Yo, ain't that the woman that was on some sprinkle thing around here? Nah, she can't come around me. Yo, ain't that woman that was talking about how heterosexual men are a red flag? Nah, move, man. You can't come round by me. Move, man. Y'all are going to be getting sent away, man, and told kick rocks by men that you even think are simps. It's going to eventually get like that. Men that you thought, he'd always be down for me. Yo, let me call him up and say, hey, big head. Let me text him, hey, big head, or hey, stranger. Or, I was thinking about you. Yeah, and he's going to start sending me a paragraph. Man's going to send me his dissertation because he's just down for me. He always loved me since we was in kindergarten. Even those guys are going to say, yo, back up, man. They're going to have the words going to have gone out that y'all Eves are some demons, man. And y'all ain't going to find a chance in hell to get no one to help you. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. There ain't going to be no help, man. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Yahweh's going to get rid of those suckers that was always helping you clown women, man. Helping y'all run your mouths. Helping y'all get away with a whole bunch of madness out here, man. Enabling your demonic ways. And he's going to get rid of the main man that was doing that, Esau. He was the main one that was allowing you women to run riot around here. Being demons. Like, mate, I don't think I've seen any man that actually stays with a one woman or keeps a woman around him for a long time that he's like, yeah, this is all right, you know. He'll have a hell of a lot to say about you. The apostles of Great Millstone, they're bunning you women out. Kevin Samuels is bunning you women out. Fresh and Fit, they're bunning you women out. All the UK red pill mans, they're bunning y'all out, right? All the American ones, Donovan Sharps and all of this, they're bunning y'all out. Steph is cold and all that. Some of them have realized that y'all women are so helpless that they've even just minimalized the amount of videos they're doing. And the last video will be something like, man, this is why it's better to stay single. You know what I mean? But is that what it's actually, is that scriptural? That it's better to stay single? I guess to a certain degree, based on what Paul said, he was like, yeah, it's better for a man not to have a woman because then you can focus on the Lord's work. But that's not going to be a thing that's going to happen in the kingdom, though. So therefore, it's not really natural. It's not really natural, man. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they seek not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Do any of you women ever thank Yahweh for being attractive? Or do you thank yourself or thank your cosmetic surgeon? When any of you women have ever wanted a bit of body parts or anything like that, have you ever asked Yahweh for them? Or do you run to some Turkish madman for some turkey teeth and a TBL, man? You know, BBL, 3BL, whatever hell letters you want to put before it, man. To get your fat stomach put in your behind so you can have a fat stomach. Your fat stomach can get put in your ass, and now you got a fat ass instead of a fat stomach now. A stum ass. Like, you lost. Y'all are lost. Like, you women out there, you don't know what you're doing. You haven't really thought about what's going to happen when this society falls. You never considered it, but it's going to, though. Whoever's winning. All women really do in this world, it seems to me. Whoever's winning are like them now. So, the top man, the man that can buy me all these things, he grows tomatoes. Man, I love me a tomato player. I look the way he grows tomatoes, girl. Woo! That's what y'all do. Just absolutely lost. Love every single thug and criminal and drug dealer in the world. Love him. I saw one video the other day, man, where this woman was giggling like some little teenager, and it was absolutely disgusting. She was giggling about her love for drug dealers. It was absolutely sickening. The woman literally said, man, most of my exes have been drug dealers and I love them. When I tell you I love them. That's what she was saying. And then the other girls, they're like, what are you talking about? You need to get drop kicked in your chest. What are you talking about, man? You love the people that destroy our community. You love them. Yeah? That's what you're saying. Oh, I can't talk, babes, right now. I'm bagging it up. Oh, what a tycoon you are, you demons. And that's all you pooking, ray-ass niggas. Y'all are wicked as hell too, man. And Yahweh's got some judgment coming for y'all as well, man. Because y'all are a bunch of demons too. And you can think that your little roadman tactics are going to work forever. Mate, when it really gets down to the wire, some of y'all are going to get dusted off too, man. By people that you usually, in this current time, was able to bully. But when everyone's struggling and people ain't worried about, I've got to pay my mortgage tomorrow, so I ain't got time to deal with Jaquan and whatever he's talking about with this roadman thing. Because I ain't got a mortgage now. That's what they're going to be saying. I ain't got a mortgage. So now I got time today for your wicked ass. That's what it's going to be. And some of you man are going to realize that you ain't got hands like you thought you have. It's easy to punch man up when they ain't swinging back and when they're just carrying away. And where they've been told their whole life, oh, don't fight and don't defend yourself and just tell the teacher. Yeah? Don't ever fight back and just tell the teacher. It's wrong to defend yourself if it's a girl and all that. Mate, abating the courage. Yeah? Making a wounded countenance and a heavy heart. It's easy when you're dealing with someone like that, but when it really gets down to what is really going to happen to, man, then we're going to see. And all these Eves that think that Pookie and that are Jake with a do-rag on and a string vest and a 40-ounce malt liquor in one hand and a spliff in his mouth in the other hand and a 40 cal, whatever the hell guns, man, a Glock, yeah? Oh, I'ma survive this, baby, like that flipping geezer from, what's it called, man? Like the guy that was on the Purge movie, man, the first Purge movie, the one that looked like 50 Cent a bit. They think that that's going to be what's going to survive the day of the Lord. Nah. That's not going to be the guy that's going to rise up to the top of the day of the Lord's wrath. It's going to be a man that believes in the scriptures. You know those things that you men don't like? You know that book that you men don't like? Yeah, you know that book that y'all don't like, but you pretend to like, though, when you're in church, swinging batty crease and clapping the tambourine, using the church as a way to get attention and as a way to wear some of the outfits that you got in your wardrobe that you normally wouldn't be able to wear. Looking like y'all going to the damn club. I remember one time on one Sunday morning, I was driving one time, and this was a couple of years back, man. I was like, yo, where are all these women going with their booty showing, like, with their booties jiggling like this? and then I was like, raw. I seen where they was going. I was like, raw, these women are going to church, you know. I was like, raw, that's how women dress when they go to church. That's how they dress when they go to church, yeah? Because take off them blazers. Mate, that would have looked like they was going to a club to listen to some bashment music or something, man. Take off minus the blazers. That's how they're saying where they're minus the blazers, yeah, and the flat feet, flat shoes, yeah, and throw on some high heels and take off the blazer little jacket things that they had on. Mate, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother day. And the thing is, once they got in that church, they probably did take the blazers off. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous what's happened down here in regard to women, and you still don't understand that you've ruined helped to destroy a whole nation. The ways of what men do are quiet, man. The things that men do are quiet. Men quietly try and guide their family so that they don't end up through. All you women out there, some of you women out there have got a man, yeah, and you've got a daughter, and the dad will be trying to tell his daughter, don't do this and don't do that and stop being like this and stop being like that, because the dad understands that a man that's of any worth isn't going to want to be with your daughter if she's showing herself to be some harlot thing out there, man. The dad might suggest, you know what, let's not make our daughter wear dress like boys' clothes, and when she wears dresses, let's make sure that she has shorts underneath the dress, and let's not give her dresses that are above her knees. Let's make sure that they're below her knees if possible. Yeah, and I'm but it's only leggings. It's only leggings, mate. Fuck leggings, man. hey, Salakia. But these are things that I see happen, man. There used to be a trend over here in the UK, like maybe a decade and a half ago, man, where loads of women in the UK would be wearing leggings and white underwear, looking like they're wearing a damn nappy, fam. And I know that brothers over here that live in England would know what I'm talking about. Women used to be wearing leggings like trousers, man. Leggings, you know. And they wouldn't have a long baggy t-shirt on or have the leggings underneath a dress. No, the leggings was their clothing. And how often do women whip leggings, man? How often? Before the yoga pants thing was really jumping off like it is now, women was rocking leggings outside in public. That's what used to be happening over here. Before the yoga pants thing was really a big of a deal, all that Lululemon and all this stuff. I remember over here in the United Kingdom, we would be wearing leggings, man. Them black leggings. They'd be wearing that. I remember that. Verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, make of a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. And that's what a lot of you women have did. But then you want to complain that they ain't no real men. But you've been a wicked woman that's abated your son's courage to be able to even want to be anything in this world. And then another woman's gonna complain, they ain't no real men. They ain't no real men. Yeah, because you destroyed the realness out of them, you demon. You destroyed the real. You did, because you ain't real. Your eyebrows don't really look like that. Your face don't really look like that. That's not your ass in your behind. That's your stomach. So explain to me why you Frankenstein your body up. Why have you took your stomach fat and put it in your ass? That's not your ass. That's not your ass that man's looking at. That's your stomach. You know what I mean? When a man's looking at, if a man sees the one with a BB and like, damn, that's you found it fat to the motherfucker, cuz. That's her stomach, sir. That's not her ass, mate. That's her stomach fat in there. What are you talking about? She rearranged herself. What's next, man? What's next? I don't like how my arms are sitting. Oh, well, Mr. Frankenstein, he's come up with a brand new surgery to where you can have your arms moved to where your leg is. Would that be feasible then? Oh, I don't like that my hands are this high. I want my hands where my legs are. Oh, do you? Well, I don't like that I'm fat. So instead of losing some damn weight like I'm supposed to, yeah, since I'm a queen and I'm strong and independent, if I'm strong and independent, then I should be able to independently, right? Independently, meaning without the help of anyone else, lose this weight and gain the glutes if you're so really strong and independent. But do they do that? No, they don't. They get a BBL, lazy as hell, man. And they stink, by the way, what I've heard. That's what I've been hearing, that they stink, mate. Like a can of out-of-date tuna. Yeah, stanking ass. But y'all want to go on like y'all just so skied off and just be all and end all of the nation because some Egyptology waste man told y'all that you're God and you're not God. Yeah, you're not God. Let's be real for once in life, man. They're not God, bro. And all you men that are saying that they are, you're just hoping that you get a whiff. But you wouldn't have even needed to say that to get a whiff. You didn't need to lie and tell them that they're God. Why are you doing that for? Because Pookie and Ray Ray don't need to really be telling them that they're God. So why are you doing it, you clown? But I digress. Mate, the women things they really are annoying, man. And this is even for men that don't even deal with Eve, that they still find you annoying. And it's not even only Eve, it's all the women of this world that really, you can be like, man, they're demons. Really, all of them. But the Eve demon is a special kind of demon. Just like how there's hot sauce, right? And then there's hot sauce. There's things that stink, yeah? And then there's things that stank. There's things that are wicked in life, but then there's the wicked. Huh? And Eve is the top of the top when it comes to female wickedness right now. Esau destroyed our women, right? They destroyed our nation of women. They put her through a lot of hell. They did. And they bugged her out, right? But then now, them women took it out on us. They didn't think, yeah, we sinned as well. And this is our punishment for the things that we went through. They just kept looking like, why didn't you protect me? Why didn't you protect me, Jake? Jake, why didn't you protect me? Why didn't you protect us? Why didn't you just fight harder during the Atlantic slave trade to make us not have to go through this? That's the way how they think. That's how they really think about it. They really think that the Atlantic slave trade that we went through that is the fault of the Israelite man because he wasn't strong enough to defend our nation. They don't think, man, we deserve that shit because we sinned against Yahweh as well. So all the dirty things that happen to us, we deserve them. Just like how all the things that happen to us, men, we deserve that. They think, oh, no, we didn't deserve nothing and that's men's fault. No, that's all men's fault that happened. That's the men's fault because the man's supposed to be the protector and the provider. But then what do they ever make concrete about what they're supposed to be? Didn't they, like, in the last 3 or 4 years, wasn't it a debate going on about what is a woman? Or what is a woman? Well, to copy that guy, that Jake pastor, that waste man, it's your mama. You know what I mean? What is a woman? It's your mama. Yeah, that's what a woman is. Yeah, that's what a woman is, man. Your mama, your sister, dummy. But anyway, man, look, man, watch, man. You Eves are gonna really find out, man, that y'all messed up big time. And the reason why you ain't got no hair, by the way, let's add that in. The reason why y'all ain't got no hair, by the way, is because of your stinking ass attitudes, man. It's not because of us. It's not because that what they told you was argan oil ain't really argan oil. And that the castor oil that they told you to put on your head, that's not really castor oil. Or weird. No, it's not because African hair and all this stuff that you want to come with ain't this and ain't that. Because Ethiopian women can grow long hair. And the hair that they grow that's long is really what your hair is supposed to look like. And what it did in times past, but how I took it away because your attitude stink. Yeah, that's why. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and what we stretch forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet, meaning they're walking round like their shit don't stink. Proud as hell. And women do that. See a Eve in this world that's got all her armor on. The eyelashes, the weave, the makeup, hair done, nails did. She have a little 1-2 heel and that. Yeah, she got a 1-2 fragrance on and that, right? And I'm on about the first day she gets the weave put in. I'm not on about 2 weeks in and 2.5 weeks in where it's itching, but she's like, nah, I gotta get my money's worth out of this because this cost me a bit of money. I'm on about the first day that it gets put in, man. And then that first day when you see her putting on her makeup and after she's got her haircut, not when she directly comes out the store, the bar, the salon or whatever. I'm on about that first day when she goes, mate, she's acting like she could she bulletproof on that day. You know what I mean? Like her body's got a vibranium armor on it, mate. Like she could just pick up a fighter jet and throw it over her head. That's how they go on in that phase, man. Just like how Jake back in the world when they got that haircut, you just feel, oh man, well, I'm a new man. When after they put that damn hot spicy water thing on your head, you feel like, oh man, whoa, I made it. But them hairstyles that we used to get were unlawful. Every time we was getting that skin fade anyway, that was actually illegal in the eyes of Yahweh. But let's carry on, man. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And that's a thing that gets said about some of you Israelite women. I don't know about that personally, but that's what I know about. Let me not even lie. Sometimes some of you Israelite women do stink, man. And I'm not even on about when it comes to dealing with y'all. I'm on about some of y'all do be stinking some of the time. Now you can say that about us as well as men. All right, say it then, man. Say it. But that don't stop your stench though. And instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of well set hair bonus, no one can try and make it like this so-called black woman can grow long hair on an average even or in mass. No, they can't, man. Let's just be real for once in life. Let's be real, bro. Let's not try and make her like the black woman's God, because you're not helping her by saying that. Tell her what it really is. And like I said, man, I think that Eve's going to start getting her ass kicked when she starts spazzing out in public, man. And it's going to make her start watching her mouth. Because normally, what she would have been able to do is run her mouth. You ain't going to, let me take off my earrings and all this, what she'd be doing in that, running her mouth. Putting it, first of all, people ain't going to be dealing with that no more. She's going to say first of all, and she's going to get the last of all. She's going to get gone upside her head, man. That's what I think is going to start happening, man. That y'all might start getting rushed when you go out in public, start acting a fool, man. You might start getting punched in your mouth, man. And we know that it's going to happen in general anyway. And I'm going to get the prophecy on it. Like, let's not make out like y'all Eves have just been so great and honorable down here. Let's not even pretend. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14, woe to them, woe to the board and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So the sword's coming for people on this earth, and destruction's coming for them as well. And one people just stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So are women involved in that? Yes, they are. Women ain't exempt from that. Having a XX chromosomes doesn't allow you to be free from that. Having a vagina doesn't mean, oh, well, when the ICBMs come, everyone that's got a vagina, because men are just this and that. So women are just going to be exempt. Women and children first on the chariots. It don't say that no in the scriptures. That's not scriptural. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes in the course of their actions stand in their power. And here's the thing, when it comes to talking about the women thing, right? People just always assume, oh, see, you're saying that though, because you can't get no women. Well, let's say that that's true. What about the men that can get women that still complaining? Or you're complaining about women because you're broke. Okay, let's say that's true. What about the men that are rich that complain about women? Or you're saying that about women because you're not handsome enough and they think you're not tall enough. Okay, what about the men that are handsome in most women's eyes and that are tall enough? What's their reason for why they say things that they say about women? And what's the reason why they say it? Or you're saying that because you have to go 50-50. All right, if let's say that's true as well, what about the men that don't have to go 50-50 and they could go 100-0, 100-0, 100-0 with 20 women? What's the reason why they've got a bad experience with women then? What's their reason for having a bad experience with women? Because the women are no good, really, for the most part. They're no good. So even a man that's handsome, a man that's rich, a man that's Casanova, a man that's got this going on for himself, that going on, they can only pick from the women that are no good anyway. And there's men out here that have been with hundreds of women and not one of them women were virgin. So they've only been able to get access to women that were hoes even still. Even though they can get loads of women, they still ain't been able to get a quality one. They still haven't been even able to do that because they ain't hardly any quality ones. That's what it seems like on this earth. And that's been done as a punishment for the Israelite man. That's our punishment, man. Because I've always heard the Apostle, I remember he said this, that if the woman was in her right mind, this captivity would have been easy. This captivity would have been easy, man. That was the worst curse, really, that Yahweh put on us, and that's true. It was the woman one, man. That was the worst one, man, because the man's glory is his woman. If a man gets loads of money, right, one of the first things he starts thinking about is how he's going to help his woman, how he's going to help his children. If a woman starts getting access to loads of money, the first thing she starts thinking about is what cosmetic surgery she's going to get, what clothes she's going to buy to try and get more attention for herself. She's not going to think about the man and how she can buy him anything. Oh, I always knew he wanted this or he wanted that. I'm going to buy it for him. She ain't going to do that. That's what men do. Now, I'm not saying no woman would do that, but for the most part, women don't do that. If they start getting access to more money, and then here's the thing, if you start getting access to more money, they still start doing that too. Thinking about how they're going to spend your money. And that's what kind of tricks this society's made it be. Oh, the man's money is everyone's money, but the woman's money is hers. Huh? What are you talking about? That's not in Proverbs 31:10. That's not what I've read. Now, if the woman's father dies, that inheritance goes to her and it's hers. But that's not the same as what this world tries to do, though. Because if a man's parents die, that inheritance goes to him and it's his, according to the scriptures. But how this world does it, the man's supposed to just give everything to the woman, and she doesn't expect it to have to continually give him anything. And women have never said, as long as that's been a rule, they've never said, nah, that's wicked, man. I don't think we should do this, girls. Ladies, we shouldn't do that. But they'll rally the troops together to be demons, though. Women will go through the men's phone to try and I think he's dealing with Veronica. I can't accept this. But will they go through his phone to find out one of his hobbies and find out how to buy him some gift or something like that? Or find out what his favorite food is or what he's been up to try and help him in any kind of way? Would they ever go and spy on a man for that purpose? No, they won't. They never use their so-called female intuition to do anything righteous. You ever notice that? You ever notice that doesn't seem to be the case? And there's plenty of things that women do in this world, which is why we call y'all demons. There's plenty. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. If people aren't going to be regarding their kings and princes in that day, you think they're going to care about what a woman's got to say? Oh, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a woman. Pfft, you think so? Yeah, right. In that time, no one ain't gonna care. You can't talk to a woman like that, huh? They're gonna do even worse. You can't talk to a woman like that. How dare you talk to a woman like that, a young, beautiful young lady like that? Or was that one Jake back in the day? How dare you talk to a beautiful black queen like that? There ain't gonna be none of that, mate, in that time. There's gonna be people getting dusted off, man. And everyone's gonna get their chance. Or women think that strong and independent black females and a black woman's God, and we got an Eve gene, and we can make children without men. The woman's got seed and she can have a baby by herself. But y'all ain't never did it though. Isn't it funny? The woman's got seed and she can make seed herself, and she's got the Eve gene, and women make seed, they secrete seed. Well, in that day, make yourself an army to defend you. Use some of your seed and get yourself up the duff. Isn't it fascinating? All these women suppose that believe that they can produce their own seed and they can have children without a man. But they ain't never did it though. Instead, they get a man, they make a man get them pregnant so that they can talk about how the daddy ain't this and the daddy ain't that. And they like to talk about how oh, I'm the father and the mother. Happy Father's Day to me. Well, why didn't you just push out the sprog yourself from your Eve gene that you're talking about and your Eve seed in it and have the birth yourself, man? Why did you make a man do it so that you could put the man in charge? But why didn't you just do it yourself and be strong and independent on your own self? Why didn't you just do that? Because it don't exist, does it? And you women know it don't exist, but you still allow people to believe that. You still ran with that bullshit that you can have your own seed and make a child. No, you can't, man. No, you can't. You're a liar. That don't exist. That's not real, man. Imagine men saying, "Oh, men have got their own womb. We don't need no woman. I'm a strong, independent Negro, yo. I don't need no woman to have kids. I don't need you. I could, yo. Don't think I want to just get myself pregnant, you know." Imagine men saying that shit. But women have actually ran with that bullshit. I remember that woman that was with that brother Polite and that through one of his wives and that waste man Polite. And she was arguing with Captain Desire, talking, women have got their eating. No, they haven't, man. What are you lying for? Women can produce seed. If a woman produces seed, guess what? That's a man, fam. Yeah? If any of you men out there have got some bad news for you, if you think that a woman can produce seed, I've got a bad news for you, fam. You might want to sit down for this. Yeah? That weren't a woman, mate. That was a lad. That was a chap. That was a fella. That was an XY chromosome haver. That weren't no woman. About women can produce seed. No, they can't, bruv. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? And before y'all even think about it, don't even dare. But Genesis 3 and 15 says, let's go to it, man. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, right? And I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed. Oh, see? It says women can have seed, see? So you're wrong about the scriptures. When you look up the word, it's talking about offspring. I'll put enmity between the seed of the serpent's offspring and the woman's offspring, meaning the children that came from between her legs, not the woman's seed. Let's not start chatting it, man. Women ain't making no seed, bruh. They ain't, man. Let's just be real, bruv. No, they're not, man. Why are you lying to make women feel like there's something special out here? No. They don't even tell the truth to make men feel like they're special. But you motherfuckers want to lie to make women feel special. Women don't even want to admit to a certain degree that men are stronger than them. They don't even want to admit that they wear makeup and go out in places in public and that to try and get men's attention. They don't even want to admit that. No, I don't. I do it for me. Do you wear makeup like that when you're in your house by yourself? No, you don't. Therefore, you're not doing it for you. You're not doing it for you. You're a liar. You're a lying demon. You know that you're wearing it for men's attention, or to compete with other women. And the way how that competition goes is, okay, we've both got our makeup on. I think I look better than you today. And I can see that you kind of think I do as well. But let's see what the men think. That's going to be the true ones that decide. Okay, let's go out. I'm going to walk by this guy a bit. I'm going to shush my hair. And, oh, see, the men are thinking I'm the winner as well of this round. Okay, so you won that round. Okay, you won Tuesday. But just wait till you see my outfit on Wednesday, girl. I'm going to show you out. I'm going to show out. And then they'll be doing that. Now, are they going to admit that they do that? No, they're not. Because they don't admit anything. They don't ever admit anything, man. Not really. It was all the man's fault. Every single man's a narcissist. They want to get out. This is why I left the Hebrew Israelites. This is, mate, you left because you're not of the elect. That's why. But you know what, man? I'm going to end this video, man, because when you see this women thing, man, everyone's got a problem with y'all. Literally, everyone's got a case to make about how women have got on their nerves in some way. And maybe that's what I'll call this video, man. Everyone's got a complaint about you women in this, about you wicked women in this world, man. Yeah. Lord, will I remember to make the video title with that, man. Everyone's got a complaint about you wicked women or you wicked Eves of this world, man, or of this kingdom. Right? And on that, I'm going to say, Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.